Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. Today we're going to take a quick look at this 2020 Mustang GT, the 5.0 under the hood that I've borrowed from my friends here at Jimmy Grande Ford in Stonewall, Louisiana. And I just have to say, as a high-performance enthusiast, I really like the fact that the Mustang has such racy lines. You know, I was talking to a friend recently who really loves the Hellcats, and the Hellcats are cool and everything, but I really like the fact that instead of having such an elongated nose that's just flat on the hood, the Mustang has these really nice lines, and it does slope down towards the nose, not only improving visibility, but honestly it just gives it a better racy look, as does the overall design of the headlights. As you can see there, of course, you have the fog lights here on the lower portion of the front end, and quite a few different air vents. For the most part, there is functionality here, at least allowing air into the vehicle for the engine to stay nice and cool. And of course, with the shadow black exterior, I couldn't imagine having anything other than black wheels to match the exterior color. And as you can see, of course, a very high performance vehicle, 460 horsepower. And look at the size of those brake rotors. Very, very large rotors, telling you that when you get this thing up and running, you're still going to have a lot of great stopping power. Of course, here is the heart and soul of the Mustang GT 5.0. The 460 horsepower, 5-liter V8. I really like the way it looks under the hood here, although it would be kind of nice to maybe be able to take away some of this plastic and just see what's under there. Just get a better look at the overall engine itself, but we'll get the best that we can. But I'll tell you what, whether you can see what's under the plastic or not really doesn't matter when you have 460 horsepower to play with, and this monster sounds great. Just a quick look down on the lower portion of the vehicle. The ground effects on this Mustang GT just give it such a nice stance. Obviously the low profile, very representative of the horsepower that this model puts out. And in the interest of fair reporting, why don't we open the trunk and take a look at your cargo space. Okay guys, while this is meant to be purely a high performance car, kind of a weekend car, what I've done is I lowered down one side of the rear seats. You can lower both sides down and maximize your cargo space if you wish to. And of course, we'll take a quick look at what you have here in the rear area. Underneath the floor, you got a spare tire repair kit, but there is room for a spare tire back here if you wanted to get one. But ultimately, you do have, well, a decent amount of cargo space if that's something you wanted to use to take this for a little weekend trip or whatever the case may be. And of course, there is the remote that will come with the Mustang GT. Pretty simple. You do have the ability, of course, to lock and unlock the doors. You have the ability to unlock or open the trunk, and of course, a panic button right there. And if you hit this button twice, of course, that is remote start. A quick look here at the passenger side door. Of course, that seat's moved up quite a bit. You like that door sill right there, the Mustang and the Mustang logo. And this is listed as a 4-passenger vehicle, although not a lot of space in the rear, but technically there is enough space where people could fit back there, although they probably wouldn't want to sit there for too long. All right, other than what's under the hood, here is the most important part of the vehicle, the driver's seat. We'll take a look at the driver's side door real quick just so you can see what's here. Not a whole lot, but just enough of what you need. Of course, you have power locks, windows, and mirrors. And you do have seat memory as well. And a quick look here at the seats within the vehicle itself. Nice bolstering. Going to keep the driver and passenger nice and comfortable here. And when out driving rather spiritedly, of course, well, you'll stay in place, that's for sure. There's the controls for your headlights, but let's hop in here real quick and let you hear what it sounds like from the interior when it comes to starting the engine with the push button start. Nice throaty exhaust. Man, I love that. This sounds so good. Got enough gas to make our test drive today, which we're going to do in just a little while. And there is the instrument cluster that's going to come with your Mustang GT. And of course, you've got these steering wheel mounted controls here. Control quite a few features there. Of course, you can go through different features and functionality here on the dashboard as well. And we'll just look through a few of those real quick just so you can see what's there. Your fuel economy, you got your trip meters there, trip 1 and trip 2, and other great features as well. You also have voice commands right here available, so more nice technology there, and just show you what's here on the steering wheel. And of course, you have Ford's infotainment screen here, a very simple system to use. One of the simplest, I think, in the industry personally. Very easy to navigate, not overloaded with too much information, although I am going to take advantage of turning the air way down because it is rather warm today, even in Northwest Louisiana. And so I've turned the air down just a little bit because, as you can see on the screen right there, guys, today is November 11th, and the temperature is 70 degrees. And we are in Northwest Louisiana, but as you can see, I'm just going to run through some of the features here on the infotainment screen. A very simple system to use and or learn. Maybe you've never had this kind of technology before in your vehicles. Been a while since you bought something new. Here's everything that you have. It's very easy to use, very easy to learn. A lot of good features for customization here. You can even turn that beep off right there if you want to. See the touchscreen beep? You can turn that on or off depending on what your personal preferences are. And you do have heated and cooled seats. I am actually going to turn on the cooled seat today. Kind of amazing that I would need to do that in November, but yet here we are. Okay guys, just a quick tour here of what you have with these switches right here. Of course, this one is for your hazard lights. This is traction control on or off. This particular button right here is going to change the steering. And then you can go through different modes with this last one over here on the far right. And as you change the mode, you're going to see that it's going to change the look of the dashboard. The instrument cluster display will change as we go through different modes. There's Sport Plus, there's Track, kind of going through those a little bit fast. And I really like that. You even have a snow and wet mode. I'm not going to drive my Mustang in the snow most likely. And just a quick look here at some of the other features here, a couple of other gauges here at the top of the dashboard between those two air conditioning vents. Just a very nice interior. But obviously the most important part with this particular vehicle is going to be the test drive. All right guys, I hope you have a good view of the dashboard. I realize there is a little bit of a glare down there. We're going to cruise down the road here just a little bit and get on it a little. I'm not very far from the dealership, so plus I don't have a whole lot of gas left, about 26 miles left, but that doesn't mean we can't get out here and have a little bit of fun. But just my overall driving impressions as we get down here to where we're going to make our U-turn. The ride is fun, it's good, it's a little bit bouncy in Sport Plus mode, but you know, this is a high performance vehicle. You're not going to expect Cadillac smoothness. In fact, you wouldn't want Cadillac smoothness with the way this car accelerates. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to drop back here just a little bit. Well, let's go on up just a little bit more before I step on it too hard, because I want some room where I can open it up decently. But I'm just kind of easing into the gas pedal a little bit here, and it's not taking much to get moving here. The way this car is geared and the way everything is set up, obviously it's geared to go. It's not a problem. We're gonna go ahead and just do this right here because I think that truck's gonna turn where I normally would make my turn. So we're gonna get down here and we're just gonna hit it. And here we go. Even got a little bit of a downshift crackle right there. You know, I really wish I had a good safe place to just open this thing up into some higher gears than what I just did, but I'm going to tell you what, if you're looking for a high performance vehicle, and honestly, the Mustang GT that we've looked at today and the price point where it falls is a really good deal. 460 horsepower. And with all the power going to the ground through this 10-speed automatic transmission, and you do have shifter paddles, so you are able to row through the gears if you want to. And with all of the different features and functionality, I didn't talk about everything earlier, but you do have launch mode. You can launch this car. It'll tell you what your 0 to 60 was, and quite a few different features actually to just have so much fun with this car. I'll tell you what, guys, I wish I had a place somewhere here in Northwest Louisiana, maybe an airstrip or something. I have no idea where we would do this, where I could line some of these cars up against each other and do some racing videos. We're not going to do that on the street, but it sure would be fun to find a good safe place to do that. This is just a fun car to drive. So many of these cars I wish I could just take home with me. I would not have enough garage space no matter what if I did that. But I gotta thank my friends at Jimmy Grande Ford for being kind enough to loan me this car for a few hours to have some fun with. In fact, they pulled it right off of the showroom floor for me. So I appreciate my friends at the dealership and all of you who are kind enough to watch. And I'll leave you with one more exhaust clip.